Hello, trauma warriors. I'm Janae with Defeating Childhood Trauma, and welcome to the Fear Circuit Round 2, the Binge-Cut. All 6 YouTube shorts stitched together into one continuous flow. In Round 1, your body reacted faster than you could blink. 12 milliseconds of pure instinct. Now we zoom in on what happens next. When the mind catches on, the moment your thinking brain tries to join the party while the survival system is still DJing the rave. Let's roll that footage. In round 1, your body fired off its emergency response in just 12 milliseconds. But now your mind catches on and everything changes. Round 2 is where awareness joins the party. The PAG sends a little feedback note up to the thalamus saying either we ran, we fought, or we froze. The thalamus alerts the ACC. The ACC turns that message into pain you can feel. Then it messages its bestie, the insula. So now the insula gets louder, now translating both emotions and body. Then the insula alerts the PCC, and the PCC goes, "This is happening to me." Then the insula returns the amygdala's message and confirms that this is, in fact, real danger. That's when cortisol's other converter, norepinephrine, floods your system to keep you hyper alert. In round 1, your body moved before your mind could vote. In round 2, your mind joins the election, and the results are unanimous. We are still in danger. The feedback loop officially begins. This is the stage where fear is experienced. You feel it, name it, and thanks to substance P, you also hurt from it.
Well, just stop overreacting then.
Thanks, Captain Useless. I'll let my ACC know it's being dramatic while it processes existential terror. Tomorrow, we'll meet the ACC, the brain's integrator, where emotional and physical pain merge, and where the fear circuit stops being automatic and starts being personal. Previously, in round 2 of the fear circuit, the mind finally caught on that the body wasn't crying wolf. And now we meet the part that says, something's wrong and I can feel it. This is the ACC, anterior cingulate cortex, the brain's error detector and integrator. I gave it the horseshoe symbol because the ACC is that curvy part inside the ACG, anterior cingulate gyrus, that long arch strip that some describe as a horseshoe or open collar around your emotional core. When this curve lights up, it's flagging error detected, reality and safety no longer match. So its first job, error detection, it notices when something's off. And its second job, pain integration, it translates that mismatch into a felt experience. When the ACC starts feeling the heat, substance P enters the chat. It's the pain messenger that confirms this is real danger, not a drill. But it does its job by intensifying the already existing pain. The little jerk.
So, the ACC is like the quality control guy who goes, "We got a problem." Except mine never clocks out. It files complaint forms at 3 a.m.
But your ACC isn't wrong. It just doesn't understand when the crisis is over. It's your internal first responder double checking that you're safe. When the ACC fires, It's screaming for clarity, not calm. So instead of telling it to relax, give it what it wants, a clear report. Like, something isn't right. Is it danger or an echo of danger? Or say, someone's trying to gaslight you. It absolutely will light up the ACC because gaslighting is the polar opposite of what the ACC needs. So, once the ACC sounds the alarm, it pings its bestie, the insula. They're the Saliens duo, the brain's gossip queens for anything that feels important. Tomorrow, we'll check in with the insula to see how that gossip turns into full body awareness. The horseshoe's lit. Time to see how far that echo travels.
Ever get the full body jolt before your brain even thinks, I'm scared? It's like your stomach's already panicking and then your mind catches up.
That's not random anxiety. That's your insula confirming, yep, the fear is real. When the mind and body finally agree, that's when the alarm becomes an experience. Brief recap from round one. The insula sits deep inside your brain's emotional core. It's the translator between what your body feels and what your mind knows. So now in round two, when the ACC lights up with something's wrong, the insula gets the memo and fires one back to the amygdala. Confirmed, this is real, not a false alarm. This reply closes the feedback loop. The amygdala feels validated and the body ramps up to match the emotion.
It's like my body told my brain, we're scared, and then my brain said, copy that, panic authorized.
That's your insula doing its job. Sometimes it's a little too efficient.
Well, maybe you should just calm down. It's all in your head.
Well, technically, Captain Useless, it is in my head. It's called the insula. Thanks for the anatomy lesson.
Burn.
But the insula doesn't keep the news to itself. It forwards the message to the PCC, the storyteller of the self. That's the instant you realize this is happening to me. So the ACC says something's wrong, and the insula says there sure is, and I can feel it. So the body and emotions sync up in this perfect fear harmony that's probably more like scream metal. Tomorrow, we'll meet the PCC and find out how that fear gets its story and why the brain starts whispering, oh no, not again.
I hate that moment when everything slows down and you realize, oh no, this is actually happening to me. That's when the fear stops being a movie and becomes first person mode.
That shift happens in the PCC, posterior cingulate cortex. It's your inner compass that orients you in time, place, and self when fear becomes personal. I gave it the compass symbol because the PCC helps you find where you are, literally and psychologically. When the insula passes the alarm, the PCC plots the coordinates. Who am I? Where am I? When is this happening? That's when the brain switches from raw sensation to narrative awareness.
So the PCC is like the storyteller that yells, we're trapped in chapter 3 again. It's like the GPS that keeps saying rerouting back to trauma lane.
You're both right. The PCC tries to orient you, but when trauma blurs time, it can't tell past from present. So it keeps replaying the same route, hoping you'll finally reach safety. Normally, the PCC would hand the story off to the hippocampus, your brain's memory storage that files it as past tense. But you won't see the hippocampus on the map yet. It won't join us until round 3 when we talk about long-term trauma loops. For now, just know that the compass is trying to route the story somewhere safe. It just can't reach its destination yet. So when fear finally gets its narrator, the story isn't finished. It's frozen. Tomorrow, we'll zoom into the chemistry behind this freeze, and you'll learn why it's all Substance P's fault.
Ever notice how one tiny stress sets off every old injury at once? Yeah, apparently my body keeps a grudge file.
That grudge has a name. Meet Substance P. This little starburst symbol is our troublemaker. You might be wondering, what does the P stand for? The answer is absolutely nothing. Some unimaginative researcher said, just call it P and we'll fill in the details later. And here we are, 40 years later, still stuck with the most passive-aggressive letter. Anyway, Substance P is a neuropeptide, a pain messenger. When the ACC and insula start screaming, something's wrong, it charges straight to the hypothalamus and slams the CRH trigger, basically pouring espresso on your alarm system. Once CRH is lit, again, adrenaline and norepinephrine leap into action, followed by cortisol for the endurance round. Congratulations, you just unlocked hard mode.
So Substance P is like that dude who hears a fire drill and yells, "We're all gonna die!" Then trips the alarm again just to make sure everyone heard him.
Exactly. And now here's the twist. Substance P isn't evil. It's just a jerk. It evolved to make sure real danger gets attention. But in trauma survivors, the system miscalibrates. The alarm never resets, so every spark feels like a 5-alarm blaze. It keeps shouting, "Pain!" even when the threat is over. Then it hands the starter pistol back to CRH for an encore. You can calm the chaos by draining its fuel. Breath work, grounding, movement, and self-talk that names what's actually happening. Because clarity turns the megaphone into a walkie-talkie. But trust me, if you think Substance P is a jerk now, wait until you see what it does in round 3. Tomorrow, we'll be wrapping up round 2 by meeting the dynamic duo it powers, adrenaline and norepinephrine, the speed and precision pair.
Okay, my heart's racing, my vision is tunneling, and I think I just smell colors. That's adrenaline, right?
Oh yeah. Adrenaline's the sprinter of your fear circuit. And right behind it, its more composed older brother, norepinephrine, at the wheel saying, "Bro, maybe don't crash the getaway car." When Substance P hits the CRH trigger, adrenals dump adrenaline, instant rocket fuel. It floods your body with oxygen, widens your pupils, and tightens your focus. Then norepinephrine steps in a heartbeat later. It's the thinker. It channels the chaos, steadies your aim, and helps you plan the escape. Think of cortisol as the boss, adrenaline as the intern who panics first, and norepinephrine the senior employee who's fixing his typos.
Let's pretend I'm Primitive Man, running from a saber-toothed tiger. Adrenaline says, "Run!" and I am booking it through the forest. But then norepinephrine kicks in. It gives me focus and I can spot the escape path instead of running in circles. Thanks to norepinephrine, I am out of the forest. And I'm Modern Man, switching lanes when a car honks, Adrenaline jerks the wheel like move. Then norepinephrine slides in like easy there, fast and furious, eyes forward, hands steady, stay in your lane. He's basically my driving instructor.
Exactly. Adrenaline is speed. Norepinephrine is precision. Together, they're the trauma version of the fast and the focused. This duo is genius in small bursts. But for trauma survivors, the boss never clocks out. The result? Constant adrenaline spikes and endless norepinephrine grind. You end up alert but numb, running on focus instead of feeling. That's why you can feel exhausted but can't rest, capable but disconnected. Tomorrow, more symbols will be added to this board as we enter round 3 when fear becomes chronic. You've seen the spark, and tomorrow you'll see the burnout. And that was round 2. The moment your mind finally joins the panic party, your body started without your permission. Next up, round 3, chronic fear, where this circuit doesn't shut off because the danger didn't either. Forged in trauma, rising as warriors.